the a template by which we can use the gross profit or the profit desired profit percentage as a basis to do the menu pricing. So in this it involves certain steps. The first step, the very first step, is identify the potential fixed cost. So the potential fixed cost of your restaurant may include your rentals, fixed salary, fixed utilities. There may be other fixed costs which you may be able to identify. For example, entertainment. So entertainment might be, you might have hired a band to do the entertainment in the restaurant, which might be costing you, let's say, $500 in your restaurant. So that might be a fixed percentage, plus maybe you are paying another 5% on the revenue generated for to them. So you might be able to, you need to be able to understand and identify what is the fixed component in the cost and what is the variable component, if there is any. Then you sum up all the menu cost and the component cost in total. The second step here we have is to estimate the customer and revenue per month. Now you have to make sure that these two are the same period. If you are measuring the food cost by month, you have to estimate the customer and revenue per month as well. You cannot do it a month and then this one can be year or can be week. It will not be correct. So the first thing is by month. Now by month, even though we have now we can see for an easy way how many breakfast, these are estimate. Only you have to make a reasonable estimate to understand how much business you are going to have on a reasonable basis once you open up the restaurant, or maybe in your past, or what has been your current experience. What are the breakfast cover? If you are not running in these meal period, then you can just ignore it for the time being. But if you are running in this period, then it's fine. Lunch covers per day. Per day, we are measuring it per day because per month may be very difficult to estimate, but per day is easier to guess. Okay, how many customers I'm going to have per day, and then in the calculation we multiply the customer with the average spending. So average spending here does not include the tax and service charge for the purpose of this template, and we should not include that because that is responsibility towards the government or the employees to share the service money, if you are sharing the service money with them. So then we calculate the revenue from each outlet, each meal period by covers, multiply by average spend, and also multiply by the 30 because this is per day. So you will get per month cover. You will get the total revenue from the in the month, and then you get the average spending by dividing the 50,000 from 140 divide by 30. So your average spending in the hotel is in the restaurant is $12 for whole meal period. Why we need to do by meal period, we will explain in a bit because that is important. Now you will what is the gross profit. So we need to calculate how much gross profit percentage do we need really. So our fixed costs are 7,500 as we see from the our previous our step 1. Then the second thing you need to identify is what is the return required for your business. So how do we know that? Now you can know this by calculating your investment. Let's say you have invested $50,000 in $100,000 in your restaurant, and you are paying 10% interest per month to the bank. You are taking some risk, so you are expecting at least 20% return per month, per year. Divide by 12, so it comes to $1,660 in terms of gross profit return required. So you will fill that up here. So if your restaurant had costed you $1 million, then it becomes 16,000. If it has cost you maybe, let's say, 2 million, then the minimum profit required will become 33,000. So this is apart from the fixed cost that you have to recover. It's gonna be only the amount that you need to recover to cover up your risk and the interest, if any, you are paying. Then you will say, okay, total gross profit that you need to cover from your revenue is gonna be $22,000. So revenue here will become here has become 50,000, means you need to earn at least 44% gross profit to cover your profit expectation and your fixed cost. So the variable cost allowable are only 55.6%, that is 1 minus gross profit required. Now you will be able to do the, you will be able to see, do you need to increase the price or you don't need to increase the price. So variable overhead cost, as we have seen in the earlier part in the step 1, was 20%. Then you have other variable cost of sales, another 10%. Food cost is become 33%. So your variable cost allowable is 55%, while your actual variable cost becomes 60%. Now you need to see how, now you need to increase 4% in your prices to recover the your fixed cost and profit percentage. If it is possible to increase the prices by 4%, you should be able to do that, depending on which meal period you want to deduct. So that is why it's important to do by meal period. If your most impact will come from the dinner, so you can decide you want to increase 4% here, 5% here, or you don't want to increase any prices here. So you have to decide when you have more demand and the more capacity to increase without affecting your overall revenue. This was one factor base for a restaurant which is regular in operations.